What if you could identify a killer before they are even born? Before the first crime? Before the first victim? Would you stop them or let them live? Because this story is not just about a killer. It's about something much more terrifying. Human nature. Years ago, scientists made a discovery. A gene. A pattern. Believed to predict psychopathic behavior before birth. At first, it was only a theory. But even a theory can create fear. Because if this were true, it would change everything. Parents could know. Society could decide. And a child could be judged before even being born. Imagine this. You were told your child may become a killer. Not certain, but possible. What would you do? Would you protect them or fear them? While the world was still arguing, a real killer had already begun. Quietly, carefully, without fear. This was not random. Every move was planned. Every victim was chosen. This was someone who understood people and used that knowledge to kill. No one knew who he was. No one knew where he would strike next. But one thing was certain. He was always watching. And this was only the beginning. In the middle of fear, someone unexpected appears. A young police officer. Kind, gentle, the kind of person you would trust instantly. His name is Jung-Ba-Riem. He believes in helping people. In doing what is right. In protecting the weak. In a world filled with fear, he feels different. Calm. Safe. Almost too perfect. People have seen too much. And for them, justice is not gentle. One believes in protecting life. The other believes in stopping evil, no matter the cost. And soon, their paths will cross. But while they move closer to the truth, the killer is still out there, watching, waiting. Choosing his next victim. And somewhere, hidden beneath a kind smile, something begins to change. Something no one can see yet. But soon, everything will be different. And then, it happens. A moment that changes everything. Sudden, violent, and impossible to forget. When it's over, the world is still there. Nothing has disappeared. And yet, nothing feels the same. Because something has already changed. At first, it's small, almost invisible. A different look in his eyes. A slower reaction. A silence that wasn't there before. The kindness begins to fade. The warmth slowly disappears. And in its place, something colder begins to grow. His thoughts become clearer, sharper, more logical, but also more dangerous. Is he still the same person? Or has something changed inside him? Because sometimes the scariest change is the one you cannot see. Is he still the same person? Or has something changed inside him? Because sometimes the scariest change is the one you cannot see. And then the truth begins to surface. Not all at once, but piece by piece, slowly, painfully. Memories start to come back. Broken fragments, faces, moments, things that were hidden, are no longer silent. And with every piece, one truth becomes clearer. This was never random. It was always connected. The line between hunter and killer begins to disappear. Until one question remains. Who is he really? Because sometimes, the person chasing the monster is the monster. The truth is no longer hidden. It stands there, unavoidable. And once you see it, you can never look away. Everything begins to fall apart. Trust, identity, reality. Because the truth changes everything. When the truth is revealed, the real battle begins. Not outside, but inside. A part of him still remembers, still feels, still wants to be human. But the darkness is still there, quiet, waiting, never truly gone. And in the end, everything comes down to one thing. Choice. Not what you are born with, but what you choose to become. Because every choice has a consequence. And some consequences cannot be undone. Maybe monsters are not born. Maybe they are created. Over time. Through pain. Through silence. And maybe the scariest truth of all is this. The line between good and evil is not as clear as we think. Because in the end, the real monster might be closer than we imagine.